Fuel EX has always been our quest for the Holy Grail, a do-it-all trail bike. Over the years, Fuel has racked up quite a trophy case because of its capability on a wide variety of trails, its predictable handling, and the versatility you get with adjustable geometry and suspension tuning options. But we know riders are always looking for more options to play with their geometry, tune their suspension, and set up their Fuel for the way they like to ride. The new Fuel lets you define your perfect trail bike. Its adaptable trail system gives riders the options to choose from 3 setups. There's the Fuel EX, the Fuel MX Mullet, and a long travel Fuel LX, all of which share the same versatile frame chassis. First, we're gonna tell you about how we made a better Fuel EX. Then we'll dive into all the options you have with Fuel's new adaptable trail system. With this new Fuel project, we started with our award-winning Fuel EX platform because the suspension kinematics and geometry were already dialed in for a balanced feel that riders love. The new frame layout is simpler and lighter weight. A straight seat tube provides more room inside the frame for the shock and a bottle, and increases dropper insertions so that most size medium riders can run a 200mm dropper post. We did it all without compromising on the ride quality. You also get updated internal storage with a modular bag system for carrying essentials like a flat kit or snacks. Guided internal cable routing makes maintenance easier and keeps your cables from rattling inside the frame, while integrated guards protect your paint and keep your ride a little quieter. We flattened out the anti-squat curve a bit to make it a little more efficient than the previous generation. And we kept the flip chip at the lower shock mount. That lets you increase the leverage rate. That's great if you want to run a coil shock or just want more support deeper in the travel without giving up small bump sensitivity. Active braking pivot keeps the suspension from stiffening up when you're on the brakes. You get loads of traction on those sketchy, loose descents when you need your suspension the most. New Fuel comes in 5 sizes. We simplified the line by removing the ML size and redistributing the spread of other sizes to better fit more riders. We've also modernized our stack height by using taller head tubes on larger sizes. This raises the front end of the bike up so taller riders get better comfort and control without having to run a bunch of spacers or crazy high-rise bars. To give every rider balanced handling, the chainstay length is unique to each frame size. Smaller riders get easier cornering, larger riders get less front wheel wandering on climbs. We know there's plenty of bikes out there that can take a smaller rear wheel or a longer travel fork, but what sets Fuel's adaptable trail system apart is the interchangeable suspension hardware. A lot of bikes allow you to go mullet or run different shocks, but most of them don't adapt the frame to the new parts, so you end up compromising with things like a really low bottom bracket or suspension that doesn't feel quite right. We don't just throw on different parts and call it a day because we don't want your component selection to compromise geometry or ride quality. New Fuel is available in 3 configurations: EX, MX, and LX. All 3 versions of Fuel use the same frame, but the magic is in these interchangeable rocker links and lower shock mounts. Fuel EX is still our crowd pleaser with 29-inch wheels and a balanced 145mm of rear travel and 150mm up front. EX is made for riders who want to do a little bit of everything with a well-rounded, do-it-all trail bike. Fuel MX is a flickable and fun mullet build. It gets a little more travel with a more progressive leverage rate so it can take some bigger hits. The 27.5-inch rear wheel gives it more agile handling for getting playful on the trail and sideways in the air. It's also a great choice for shorter riders. Fuel MX uses the MX rocker link and lower shock mount. These parts not only bump up travel to 150mm, but they also create a more progressive leverage rate for more aggressive riding. The MX rocker and lower shock mount also correct the geometry for a smaller rear wheel so you don't end up striking your pedals because your bottom bracket is too low. Fuel LX is a long travel trail bike for big mountain terrain. 160mm of rear travel paired with a 170mm fork makes this the most capable Fuel with 29-inch wheels that let you blast over the roughest terrain. Fuel LX uses the LX rocker link and the same lower shock mount as Fuel EX for a 29-inch rear wheel. Complete bike models bought as a Fuel LX also come with a longer 65mm stroke shock. Along with that LX rocker, that longer stroke shock gets you 160mm of rear travel with Fuel's most progressive leverage rate for the most aggressive riding. New Fuel comes with either an alloy or OCLV mountain carbon frame. The best part, both alloy and carbon fuels can be customized in Project One. You can choose the drivetrain, suspension, tires, and more so your fuel is dialed for you right out of the box. Whether you choose the classic Fuel EX, the rowdy mullet Fuel MX, or the long travel smasher Fuel LX, you can get the right trail bike for your terrain or riding style. And if you change your mind, you've got options. It's easy to swap to another configuration. New Fuel is more versatile than ever with its adaptable trail system and features that let you ride your way on any trail. With a modular bag system for carrying essentials like a fat kit. I got my fat kit. Well, the square root of the hypotenuse is directly corollary to the rear wheel travel. The rear wheel axle path is, I don't know what engineers say.